Good morning. I have been receiving some questions, and I guess some of you have apparently having difficulty navigating the spreadsheet. So I thought the best way to deal with this is just give you a little tour. So here we are where you enter the course, and this is the course announcements. And if you go over here to the menu on the left, you'll see grades. Click on that. And then you'll see this file here, the date I posted the spread. Click on that, and it'll download down here. See it downloading, or well, that's where it downloads on my computer. But now you see an Excel file. Click on that. And there we are. So, I have some instructions up here. I say below are your scores and an estimated grade. You are identified by the last four digits of your OCC student ID number. If you don't know your ID, contact me via Blackboard Messages. The grading formula is in the syllabus. Since we have not yet had an exam, I assign that proportion of the calculation to your homework assignments. Okay. Well, over here is your ID, your last four digits. So you go down, find your, okay, let's say that's you. And here are the discussions. We've had two of them. Well, let's go up here. Here we see the discussions for modules 2 and 4. There's your total, which is the average. And like I've said in a previous announcement or somewhere along the line, introduction, I think it was an introduction to a module. I'm not that concerned about discussion. So pretty much participation points there, okay? So, and now we get to your quick quizzes. Now notice up here, well, you can't, let's see. Notice you can't see everything in the cell, so I'm giving you a quick spreadsheet lesson. You can read the whole thing up here, okay? So you just scroll across, that's 1-2 quick quiz, chapter 1-3 quick quiz. Here's the homework for chapter 1, homework for chapter 2. Okay, all this is module 1, okay? So there's your scores. And then we get into module 2, and again, as you can see up here, you can see what it is. You can read the whole thing. Okay, quick quiz, homework, module 3, and so on. All the way over here in module 4. And then we've got the total for the quick quizzes, total for the homeworks, and then your class score. And this is where I calculate your score for the term thus far. Now, like I said before, part of your grading you see in the formula, it's just a weighted average. 10% of your grade is the quick quizzes. Okay, these quick quizzes, and I think this is what is getting some of you confused. These quick quizzes are virtually participation points. They're there to just kind of make sure you're reading the chapter. You can't, you get as many chances at it as you want. Now, if you want to, just get the points and not learn anything, that's up to you. But the idea is for you to, again, it's just something, an incentive to read through the chapter. So you're pretty much going to get 100% on those. That's why they're only 10% of your grade. So some of you have said, well, look, I've done all these high scores, and yet my grade is, not very good. Well, that's because the real, okay, the, the, the real action is here and the homeworks. And I highlighted those. This is where everything is. This is where you now are kind of tested on what you know. Now, even in the homeworks, you get multiple choice tries at it. Now, true, it's the average, and now it's your best. You can do no harm. So if you do poorly on your first one, If you do worse, you're not going to do the average. You'll bring the average down, but you're going to get the high score of the two. So that's designed so that you won't be afraid to try it again. So you get up to 3 tries. So let's say you got 90% on your average is 90% on your first 2 tries, but doggone it, you want to try it one more time, but you're afraid if you mess it up, you could bring your average down. It won't bring your average down. You can only do better. You can't do worse. So if you did worse on your 3rd try, you get to still keep your 90. So that's why I have that option, is to do no harm. Okay, you can try it again and do no harm. I think some of you, especially those with low scores, are going through it once and not even trying it again. So this is where you really learn the stuff. Okay. Since we have not yet had an exam, I have nowhere else to assign that proportion of the calculation except for I post these just to give you some idea. And that's why I waited this long to post it, because we have so little data. It can be so misleading. Now we've done enough to where it might mean a little bit. So nevertheless, we still haven't had an exam. So I had to assign that proportion of your grade to the homework. So 10% is to the right here. Well, I don't know if you can see that number. 10%'s there. And then I added up all of the quick quizzes going across and divided by the number of quick quizzes. And that's where you got that number here. And then your homework, I added all those up and divided by the number of homeworks. That's where you got that number there. And that's 80% weight, since there's no tests yet. That's where 80% of it comes from. So 10% weight for the discussions, 10% weight for the quick quizzes. Again, not a whole lot more than participation points. That's just kind of making sure you're doing stuff. And geez, that's a good time for that. And that's where this number comes from. Okay, 80% homework, 10% discussions, 10% quick quizzes. So how you find your grade, your stuff, ID, you come on down here. Let's say that's you. Okay, if you see a blank, well, okay, let's say that's you. You participated in the first discussion, you skipped the second one. The second one was in Module 4, you can see. And the quick quizzes went well, homework went well, more quick quizzes, homework, more importantly, homework went well. Homework went pretty well there. Homework went really well there. What really hurt this person is they skipped a discussion. That's don't know why they skipped it. Well, anyway, you can't miss them. They're right there at the top, right there at the top of Module 4. In fact, I pointed out in my little introduction to Module 4, I have these little introductions where I discuss some of the things in there. And extra credit. Not many of you do an extra credit, but a couple of you did. There's the scores. And extra credit is extra. Okay, it doesn't affect your ranking in the course for whatever importance that is. Okay, well, that is it. Almost 10 minutes worth of, I wasn't planning on taking this long, but that's how you read the spreadsheet, and that's, there you go.